Yo, what's good? It's your boy Chris Wavy. Um, before I start this off, just want to put this out there into the air. This channel, quote unquote, is just a hobby. I just want to start with that because people think this is like some type of like career goal. No, it's just a hobby. That's the first thing. Second is game of the year. I'm here talking about the game of the year, as you can see by the title, thumbnail, all of that. But I mean, game of the year does not mean that the game is perfect. Alright? Because I do have some gripes and complaints. But I really just want to talk about the game. Because, like I said, game of the year. Easily. I haven't played, well, no, I'm not going to say I haven't played many games. Because I played a lot of games this year. I don't remember exactly how many like released this year. Actually, I don't think I played any of them. Like, I didn't play Tears of the Kingdom, but I haven't played Breath of the Wild, so I'll have to do that first. I played the demo for Final Fantasy 16, but I haven't played the full game, so I think that's another contender. Alan Wake 2 comes out tomorrow. As I'm recording this, it's 26, so it comes out tonight in like a couple hours. But I haven't played the first one, but I am about to play the first one. So if I like that, then I'm definitely going to get the second game. But first, I'm just going to start, bro. This game was amazing. This game was amazing, bro. I finished it. I know, like, I saw on Twitter and, like, people before the game came out, they were saying it takes 15 hours for the story, 24 for completionists. For me, personally, I played on Spectacular because you don't unlock Ultimate difficulty until you beat the game once. I played on Spectacular, so that was the max, and it took me 20 hours. I didn't die that. I don't remember ever dying like in an insane amount of times. It was pretty smooth. There were some bosses that were more challenging than others, but nothing like rage-inducing. Like if you watch me play Kingdom Hearts, then you know. But yeah, man. Amazing game. I'm not too into the comics. Like I've never read any of the, well, I won't say never, but I've never read like a full series of the comics. Like I read like an issue, a few issues, but never a full thing in one like series. So the complaints that I'm seeing from other people are not really connecting with me because I just can't relate. Because I mean, I grew up a SpiderMan fan, huge SpiderMan fan, but it was always because of the movies. Like I was born in '02, so I was young as hell watching the original three, like with Tobey Maguire. So like Spider-Man 2 was really the first one that I watched that I could like recall and understand sort of what was going on. But I mean, as I got older, I rewatched them anyway, especially before the third one came out in '07. So my favorite thing about the game, I think, is the, like, I don't know, bro. I'm really just talking. Like, I don't write shit down. I'm just talking. Just getting shit off my chest. Getting my thoughts out there. I'm not trying to rush or anything, but I'm not also trying to just be up here chatting. But, like, the story is so good, bro. I love how it's just constant action. And it's just flowing and just is action every second. Like, I'm a big Stranger Things fan. So, Stranger Things 4 was essentially, to me, like, they like, I can't think of the word, but they kind of have a lot of similarities. As this just a lot going on. Everybody's kind of, like, split up. Like, Miles and Peter, they have their shit together sometimes, but for the most part, they're, like, separate for basically all of the missions, which is another thing that I really was kind of upset about. Not like, oh, fuck this game, like, this is trash, but in the aspect of, oh, damn, I wanted to see them have more moments together throughout the story. Because in the promotional, like, art, even the statue of, like, Peter and Miles fighting Venom, it seemed like they both were going to be fighting him at once. but it didn't turn out being that way. So that was like a small nitpick, but it's nothing that's gonna like change my entire outlook on the game. So, I mean, it is what it is. I do think there will be DLC because there was a lot of things, especially in the side missions, that kind of alluded to DLC. Or maybe there would be like another in-between game before the final game, because it's basically been confirmed that the next like mainline game is going to be the final Spider-Man game by Insomniac, which is kind of crazy because I have no idea what that is going to mean going forward. Like, who's going to do Spider-Man next? That's what I want to know, because I don't know, it's going to be a tough market after coming off these games, this trilogy. Like, easily this is the best superhero trilogy. Like, people can say Arkham. Listen, it's hard to take anybody serious when they say something from 13 years ago. And that's not me saying that it's ass or that it's not up to par, but it's just like nostalgia wins every single time. So people aren't going to admit it. Even if this was the best game of all time, people would still say, oh, that game was better. And a part of it is going to be, oh, because I was fucking 8 years old playing this. So it was different times. I had time to do like more blah, blah, blah. But I'm just chatting. So another thing that I did not like was I got the platinum for the game. I took the whole weekend off of work for it. No school work, nothing. Straight Spider-Man. I took the weekend off for it as soon as they dropped the date. So after I got the platinum, I mean, it was like this in the first game in Miles Morales, but I didn't like how there was really nothing to do. Like, you 100% the game, you do the side missions, you do the hideouts, the bases, you do like the app, you do the missions on the app, and there's only 6 of them. Now I don't remember how many there were in the other game, but 6 missions from the app just doesn't seem right. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I think there will be DLC, so hopefully they do something about the open world, because you can just tell they spent so much time on it. Like, it's so much depth to it. It's just a nice open world to be in, and it's cool to like swing around and shit, do crimes, but the crimes are like, you can only do them so many times before they get redundant, because you don't get anything from them, and it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. They're not the same, but they are basically all the same. And that's not like a knock, but it's just, it was that way in the first game and Miles Morales. So it would have been nice to have something to like change up the pace of it, or have us like doing something else. I don't know what else they could do to make post game feel like fun. I honestly couldn't tell you, but like swinging around the city and shit is cool. The traversal was really good. But that's like my main thing, because I finished the game. Like I said, I got the platinum, and I want to play more. Like, I really, really, really want to play more, but I'm not ready to replay the story because I want to do it on New Game Plus, which is not out yet at the time of this video. But I know they confirmed that it's coming out in a later like update, but I'm not sure when. But I'm waiting on New Game Plus to go through the story again. But it's just like, I want to play. So I get on, I load the game up, like switch between suits to, you know, change up the flow a little bit, and then I just do a bunch of crimes. And it's like, okay, these crimes are cool, but I'm basically doing the same thing like a million times. So that kind of sucks. Also, another thing that sucks is the game length. Like I said, it took me 20 hours, but I'm pretty sure the average is like 17, 16 hours, which I think is a little bit longer than the first game. But me personally, I prefer longer games. So like God of War Ragnarok was perfect, because that shit was, I think it took me 30 hours, 28 hours. Like, I prefer longer games, shows, albums. It's just, I mean, a lot of people prefer short and concise things, but I like having something to do, especially if I'm enjoying it. Like, I was having a hell of a time with this game. So for it to end, the ending was great. Like, ending was top tier. But for it to end and like, damn, like now I want more. I waited 3 years and I just ran through the game. I would have did it anyway, whether it was 10 hours or 40 hours. Like, it would have been the only thing I was playing nonstop until I finished it regardless. But it's just like, damn. But I also don't know what they could have did to keep the game going, because like you don't want to feel like it's dragging on. And I saw some people say they were glad that the length was the way it is, because towards the end they felt like the symbiote stuff was dragging on, which is fair. I mean, I disagree, but I can definitely see how. Another thing was the missions. Like, not the missions, but you can't replay the missions. Now I'm hoping that comes out with New Game Plus, because in the first game it wasn't that way. That's like a part of the reason I redid the whole, like I played the whole first game up here, but I wanted to do it like Miles and just go through the missions, like instead of having to wait or like do the free roam shit, just mission and just run through it that way. But I couldn't do that, so I'm hoping that they add that with New Game Plus, because there were some really good missions, like playing as Venom, for example. So that would be nice. But I think like those were my two main things that really just like damn, not like had me heated or like this shit is trash, but it's just like, damn, I wish we could replay the missions at will without having to replay the entire story. And then I just wish there was more to do in free mode after you platinum it. But I feel like that's a problem with most single player games in general. Like, you get the platinum, all you can do is replay the story. That's literally the only thing you can do. I mean, you got games like GTA and Red Dead where like you can just drive around, and I guess in this case you could just swing around, but you can't do that forever. I mean, it's gonna get boring at some point. But even in GTA, like, you could say, oh, they have golfing and darts and shit, and you can hang out with whoever. But that, like, it's like, who cares? Like, that's cool, but who really cares about that? But like I said, game of the year. My complaints were very minuscule and don't really mean much. It's just my opinion. I'm nobody. Like I said, hobby. This is a hobby. This is a hobby. The story, I have no problems with the story. The MJ missions were fire. Anybody complaining about them, they just crying just cause the MJ missions were clean. Like, in the first game, I didn't even really have a problem with them. So when I saw people didn't like them, I'm like, oh, damn. I mean, I guess I get it. Interrupt some momentum. But this time around, the placement was kind of like odd. Like, in the final, like, set of missions, they threw one right in the middle of when Venom, like, runs away from Miles and Peter. Or he's, like, chasing Peter. And then they put an MJ mission right there. I'm just like, okay, that's kind of weird. But it still was a good mission. I like how she has a gun. It's, like, stealthy, kinda. And then the part where she was running from Venom, or was it Peter? I can't remember if it was Peter or Harry at the time. I think it was Harry. And she was running from Venom and the subway and shit. That was pretty cool, and that's exactly how I wanted that mission to play out when they showed like the teaser trailer. But yeah, that's it. I'm looking forward to the DLC. Suits were fire, traversal was fire, story was fire. Game of the year, bro. Game of the year. It would be foolish for me to come up here and have no complaints about it. Like, it can be game of the year and still have its small issues, but this is game of the year. Simple, bruh. I don't need to play anything else. This is game of the year. Especially if they end up adding DLC for the story, like something either with Carnage or more stuff with Yuri. Like, hey, game of the year, bruh. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on Spider-Man 2. If you enjoyed, leave a like. I'm out. Peace. Alright, this is after. I haven't listened to anything, but if it sounds like I was like pausing after sentences and shit, it's because a lot of the times I realize I be talking fast as fuck, so it'd be hard to understand the shit I'm saying. So I try to like pace myself so it don't sound like I'm rapping. But yeah, that was it. I just wanted to say that.